Welcome back, guys, my name is Raging Orange and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. So basically I've been doing a lot of research on this game. So apparently the game has 18 endings and I have only done one, so 17 more to go. So I noticed something in the last episode I was watching. I quickly watched the last episode and I noticed that when I was looking for different ways to go in this episode. And I noticed that when I came to the two buttons where it says off, on, but I clicked off. I want to know what happens when you click on. Maybe that could lead to another ending. So obviously this is going to be quite a while for me because I've got to play the whole game again. But it's literally going to be a second for you. So I will be right back when I'm there and we can see if that is an ending. Okay, so I'm finally here. Okay, so yes, it was like that for you. I had to play for the whole goddamn game. So this is where I turned off.
He found the source of the room's power. He knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I don't know as well, but I managed to get the subtitles on. Thanks to Caleb, one of my most amazing subs ever. He told me how to put the subtitles on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yeah.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Uh-oh!
That this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desire.
This is 5, 2, 1.
This is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
I can see bright lights everywhere.
The bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More
Where's
time
2?
To talk about you, about me. Where
Oh,
we're
1,
going.
2. Okay,
What all
2.
This means I
2.
barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
What the frick do I do? What?
You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office
I need to push 2, I need to push 2, I need to push 2.
Swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
I pushed 2.
I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it.
Why was it telling me to push 2?
Sure
It was telling me to push
number
2.
Next go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. I'm enjoying this so much.
Oh god, I'm gonna die! I'm gonna really die! Okay, this is actually happening. This is actually happening. 1, 4, 2. 1, 4, 2. Maybe I can put 1, 4, 2.
Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's
1.
the matter, Stanley?
Where's 4?
Is it that
Where's
you
4?
have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume
3.
when you saw
Where's
that
4?
timer
Where's
that
4?
something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
I clicked the big red button!
That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any
idea
what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
I don't
You're
want
only
to
still
die!
playing instead of
I'm
watching
too
the
young to
cutscenes.
die!
I wanna watch
No!
you for every
Stanley was
moment
happy
of
in the
your
last
power.
episode, now
See
Stanley's
you
gonna
made
die!
humble. This
What's
is
all
not
this?
revenge. It's a tragedy. You
Can I
wanted
just
to
curl in a
control
corner? I'm just
this
gonna sit in a
world,
corner and
that's
cry. Wait,
fine. But I'm going to destroy it first.
Sit in the corner and cry!
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left.
We might as well just watch it
30
count down.
seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces.
I've just gotta wait for it because I've tried everything. I've literally clicked every single button I can think of.
Another choice.
Oh!
Or don't.
10,
It's all the same to
9,
all a part of the
8,
joke.
7,
And believe me,
6,
I will be laughing at every
5,
second of your
4,
inevitable life
3,
from the moment we fade
2,
in until the moment
1.
we say happily ever up.
What the hell? Is that it? Was that one of the endings? Yes, it was. Okay, well, we got one of the endings. So now, I don't know how long I've been going for. Wait a second. Okay, so we've only been going for 5 minutes, so I'm going to carry on with the game, see what else I can think, because now I want to try and confuse the game into going to different ways of the paths and maybe leading up to another ending. So that's 16 more endings to go. So...
All of his co-workers
Yes, I know.
gone. What could it mean?
Like, literally, 5
Stanley
minutes ago, I
decided to
just
go to the meeting room.
went through
Perhaps he had
this.
simply missed a memo.
So the problem is now, I want to try and find ways to go. Maybe if I can go through doors, or maybe going through different...
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the
Yeah, I know.
office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
So that's the problem, I'm not advancing the story, so... I kind of don't know what... Oh, here we go, right, okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But I'm going to enter the door on the right. I know I did that in the last episode.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Now I know the game has 18 endings, I am trying everything. Because I want to try and get all the lot.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Okay,
It
maybe...
had really been worth the detour after all. Just to spend. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, this is the thing I don't want to do. I want to go this way. Okay. But the problem is now, in future videos, I need to remember where I've gone. So now, maybe in the next episode, I'm going to go... Well, if I don't get this finished in this episode, maybe I'm going to go that way. And then go a
Stanley
different
was
way.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Damn! So this is what I mean now. Now, it's weird. Okay, that is a long way down. Okay, Stanley, you cannot die again. You've already died once by a massive explosion. Being an absolute idiot, clicking on instead of off. Doing a jump from the cargo lift while in motion will cause death. Surely will cause
Stanley,
death.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Wait,
I'm
could
not
that
your
be an
enemy,
ending?
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, that's an act. Okay.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others.
I can't believe I just did that. Okay, I will be right back again. Okay, this time, I'm not going to jump off. I just wanted to... I was curious to see if that was an
Stanley,
ending or
I think
not.
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting.
See, I could
Stanley.
go that way.
Someone you've forgotten about.
I could drop down there.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Do I have a lady friend? Stanley's gonna get married. Stanley's gonna get laid. Stanley's gonna have
This is it,
kids.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
So the thing is, now, maybe in the next episode, if I don't get this one, if I get this done, I can drop down there and that leads to another ending. Everything leads to different endings. This game is so freaking complex but confusing at the same time. Okay, are you going to give me any extra instructions? Or do I have to go through the door with the black door?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay, I picked it up.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha!
You mother trucker!
Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Okay, so I answered the phone for no goddamn reason because I have a robot wife and he was just messing about. So what happened if I didn't answer the phone? That's the thing what you've got to get in this game now, because I've done that. Maybe that's going to lead to another ending if I don't answer the phone. It just, oh, it's so dodgy. But look, he's telling me to go in. What if I go down there? I'm just going to go in.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Am I going to die again? Good morning, player 427. Press 8 on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press 1. Please press 1. I don't want to... Oh, it's I.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Yeah, but the fact is, you gave me a plastic woman. She didn't even have clothes on. It's like, what's this? Press U.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Please press Z to watch TV. Yeah, I will do that.
So he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Please press 5 to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Yeah, but... He's telling the story.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind control.
Yes!
And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
This makes no sense at all. Press M.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press said to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
So I am just going back into the 427 room. That is...
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
You know what? Screw you, dude! You're an absolute idiot. I'm gonna push you.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
Oh, okay, yeah.
How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Okay, V.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And
I died. This makes no sense. This game is messed up. This literally makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, well anyway guys, I'll leave this episode here. So, oh my god, so I think we got the an explosion ending, I got a death ending, and then I got another death ending, so I think that's 3 more endings. But still, this game is so complex and weird, it doesn't make any sense. But what happened if I didn't push any buttons? What happens if I didn't answer the phone? What happens if I didn't even go into the room where the phone was? What happens then? So, I don't know how many parts I will be making on this game, because if I want to truly try and get all the endings, and if I get all the endings, that may lead to another alternate ending, which is the proper ending to the game, which then tells more stories. It is so confusing, but I love the game to bits. I just can't explain how confused I am to this. Like, I'm just back where I was, and in the thing I was stood right here, but I then died and spawned right here. It doesn't make sense. None of the game makes sense at all. Oh, it doesn't make sense. I wish I could just get it all out, but it doesn't. Oh, it's proper confused the hell out of me. But anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, hit the like button, subscribe for daily videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video!